It's nearly September, the autumn is here, the leaves are falling, but more importantly, so are some of the biggest games of the year. So here with me is Jane.
Hi.
From Outside Xbox,
That's
we are
me.
going to talk about the September games. Here they are. Your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man has a checkered past when it comes to video game adaptations, but Marvel's Spider-Man on the PS4 hopes to set everything right. You can explore its open-world New York City from September 7th on PS4. So like all Spider-Man games, this has the potential to be really amazing, to be really quite something. But it might be really good.
Ellen's played it?
Ellen's played it, yeah.
She says it's good. Mm-hmm. She's a lady of discriminating taste.
She should, well, sometimes she is.
Oh, slam! Whoa! You said it.
No.
Are you watching this?
No. This will all come out. Ellen did say that it was amazing. I do trust her. I think
the buzz is positive.
The buzz is really positive.
Is want to be. Yes.
I know. For me, all it has to do is match that kind of brilliant open world traveling feel of like Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube, and which shouldn't be so hard to do because that was so long ago.
It's all about the traversal. Get the traversal right. Is what I always say to Spider-Man game developers.
Yeah, Jane always saying it. All right, letters every night.
How do you feel about web slinging when there aren't tall buildings and it's just like skyhook web slinging? Does that really grind your gears?
I strongly dislike it. So apparently in this game you're not going to be webbing onto, like, you won't be firing like the left and right webs independently.
Okay.
You sort of fire and it webs onto something. So I don't think it's like skyhooks.
Okay.
But I really hate that. Because then it's just like walking. It's just like walking
Yeah.
like skyscraper level.
Okay.
With your hands.
Yeah.
Like a chump.
We've come a long way.
Yeah,
they should
fix that.
Nailed that by now.
You can get the Iron Spider suit from Infinity War.
Just as well, because Andy really hates the actual cover art suit.
Yeah, like really.
The default suit with all the white, the white spider.
Yeah, he doesn't.
There's a large quantity of white.
He doesn't like the big white spider. I get it.
I don't think he thinks the eyes are big enough. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
He's a big Spider-Man fan. In his defense, he just doesn't. It's not that he just has strong opinions about that suit.
Yeah, he loves
Spider-Man.
He has strong opinions about how
And he likes the suits that have the really big eyes.
Yeah.
So
just check out his Tumblr, guys.
Yeah.
Just really quick.
Yeah, it's andylovespiderman.tumblr.com.
Remember VR? It's still a thing! Transference is a psychological thriller from Ubisoft and Spectravision, the studio of actor Elijah Wood. You'll be playing from several perspectives in the sci-fi experiment of a troubled scientist. You've played this a little bit, Jane.
I did.
What even is it? I can't get a bead on it at all.
Well, if I recall correctly, let me cast my mind back to E3, not this year, but last year. Ellen and I played the VR version, because you can play it not in VR as well. We played the VR version just after they'd announced it, revealed it. And you were stuck, if I remember rightly, in a sort of simulation of someone's memories, someone who I think was being treated for like a traumatic disorder, and it was very spooky, and it had that horror tropey element of repeating a sequence in a home. It was like a domestic space.
That kind of PT thing where you're like going round and round?
A little bit, but it had a sort of more of a gamey puzzle vibe, but also spooky things and kind of visual glitches going on. Yeah. I like that. I like the idea of immersing someone in a VR space, but then playing with kind of like digital artifacts. So it's like you're inside that kind of glitchy visual.
I think I'll probably play it not in VR, if I'm honest. I think I'd rather play it regular style.
Too intense for you?
It's more just that like you have to like plug it all in and make it all with the...
You're too lazy for it.
I am too, yeah, I'm too lazy. I'm not sure I can face setting up the PlayStation VR again. Even for a really immersive experience, I don't know. But it's good. I think it's really good that it's on both. I think that's what I want VR to be now, is I want games to have a VR option, like Resident Evil 7 did. Yeah.
It's true, but that's not how you sell VR systems, is it?
No.
It's not a killer app.
But that's not my job.
Play it. No, that's true. That's very much not our job.
Thank goodness. Fans of hoop shooting take note, the newest annual NBA game is out this September. Expect more advanced visuals than ever, up-to-date licenses, and the open-world neighbourhood mode. Fans of this channel will know that sports are not really our forte, or sports games, or talking about sports, or knowing anything about sports. But even so, I did quite a lot of research on this game, tried to find out as much as I could about it, and it doesn't look like there are too many new features, to be really honest.
No, but maybe if you're into
so I think this is
the annual basketball game,
exactly
you're looking for massive overhauls. There is a career mode, you know, a storified career mode, as is the fashion these days.
That's right.
If I'm not very much mistaken, actually has some celebrity talents and celebrity likenesses. Haley Joel Osment.
Do you have a social media manager? Because I could be your social media manager.
Hey!
What up, kid
Lee.
from Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fabulously good last year. And I'm going to say it's going to look no less good than that this year.
I mean, you would hope so. So check it out, fans of the old hoop shooting. Lara Croft emerges from the swamp, bow in hand, for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third game in the rebooted Tomb Raider series. This new title takes Lara to the jungles of Peru, where Miss Croft is stealthier and deadlier than ever. These games feel like a pretty solid bet, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They're not going to screw it up now. Not 3 games into the rebooted series.
They've got the formula down, it feels like.
We've actually played quite a bit of Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Well, you've played it loads. I haven't played it at all.
Yeah, I feel like I've got the measure of it, and it's going to be good. I'd like it to cheer up a little.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if that's a realistic expectation, but, you know, Lara, have a little fun with it, why not? You know, maybe chuck in a cheeky Nathan Drake quip. No, that would be terrible. I'm not looking for a Nathan Drake.
The thing is, like, with the... I
am joking.
But she needs to work on that Indiana Jonesy, like, oh, so this is happening!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Lara, what I want you to do is act like someone is always watching and filming you, because in a way they are. Nathan Drake acts like he's always on TV.
Do you ever do that in your real life?
Yes.
Are you ever making tea and no one's around?
Constantly.
And something will happen and you'll say something as if you're in a sitcom?
Well, I assume we all are. Either we're in some simulation by advanced future aliens,
Yes.
or we're in a Truman Show,
Likely.
where actually I'm the only one who's for real.
Plausible.
All of these things are so plausible
Confirmed.
that you may as well just pretend someone's always watching.
If that hasn't given you too much of an existential crisis, let's talk about another game. Beloved RPG Undertale comes to the Nintendo Switch console this month. Originally released in 2015, you play as a human child who falls into a creepy region beneath the earth. You can choose to subdue the monsters you meet along the way instead of murdering them, decisions that, along with your story choices, will affect the ending of the game. So Undertale is huge.
Man, oh man. I
Man, oh
cannot
man.
wait to come late, very late to Undertale. I hear it's amazing.
We're going to be so insufferable. We're going to be walking around and be like,
hey guys, I've heard of this game. This new
Undertale.
game called Undertale.
We start
It's
playing it.
Brilliant. And they're like, yes, we know. We've known for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm on my
but I'm
15th
late to the
playthrough.
party and I love it. I'm fashionably late to this party.
Yeah.
And it's so wittily written.
Yeah.
We get a lot of comments about Undertale. It's something people like to talk about and share.
And I think the Switch is, we said it's a lot about the Switch, but I think it's just a good console for it because the game is so visually stripped back. I think it's the perfect game to have on the
You're not going to
tiny
lose
screen.
by not watching it on
Yeah.
a 4K TV.
Exactly. Andy's here.
I'm here to tell you all that Undertale is really good. It subverts all your lifelong learned knowledge about RPGs in a way that is really interesting, and all the music's great, and it's really, really funny, and I don't think I've ever played anything quite like it. Thanks, bye.
Military RPG Valkyria Chronicles returns in September with a fourth major installment. Set in a fantasy world reminiscent of 1930s Europe, you'll play as new character Claude Wallace, who according to the game's wiki hails from the Edinburgh Army 101st Division, 1st Battle Brigade, 32nd Armoured Ranger Battalion, 2nd Regiment Platoon E, Commander and Tanker.
Wow.
Quite the rank.
How do you remember which regiment you're in when it's got that long a name? When you have to go back to your barracks?
I assume you just go to a different barracks every night. Is this me? I guess so.
There's a bed spare.
Everyone's things are the same in the army. Everyone has the same clothes.
Famously. I played this. I haven't played the new one, obviously. I played the original Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's so much fun. You love anime. You love anime about teenagers and drama. It's got that, but also giant tanks and military RPGs and a fictionalized account of Europe during a sort of war, but fantasy.
You're selling it. You're selling it.
It's really good.
And this new one has a Shiba Inu in a little military hat.
Little medic Shiba Inu.
And if it finds that you're beyond help, just eats you.
Oh.
I don't know if that's really a feature.
Aw.
Probably not.
Well.
Choose your own adventure drama Life is Strange became a huge hit when it was released back in 2015, and at last, the fully fledged sequel is almost upon us. Life is Strange 2 tells the entirely new story of Sean and Daniel, brothers on the run to Mexico in the wake of a tragic event. Expect supernatural powers, tough choices, a bleeding-edge, melancholy soundtrack, and plenty of teenage angst. Life is Strange 2!
It's happening!
It's happening, guys! Get on board!
Yeah, we're going to be talking about this a lot, and you're going to want to be in on it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you won't understand what we're talking about.
Don't let yourself be in the position that Andy,
Don't be Andy.
Mike and Ellen are when we talk about Life is Strange.
Yeah.
They have to glaze over constantly. Don't be that friend who has to glaze over.
You know when you didn't watch Breaking Bad for like 2 seasons, and everyone was talking about it? Yeah. Don't be that guy again.
Yeah. Anyway, in conclusion, Life is Strange 2 is going to be amazing. I don't really know what we have to say about this. I think people generally know what Life is Strange is. I think it's so finely written. I think there's a reason that those games have such a huge fan base.
Yes.
They are just very good games, and there's not really anything else like it. There are other choose your own adventure games. There are other games that are basically like a sort of storybook. But I don't think there's anything that quite has the same tone, ambiance. Certainly not in the West. I feel like that choose your own adventure style is much more commonly seen in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is akin to that. I would like to see more games like that, you know, aiming at a similar audience from more game makers actually, because, you know, maybe Life is Strange is not even the best that this genre will someday have to offer.
Oh my God. So Jane, those are just a few of the September games. They are certainly the most high-profile ones.
Yeah.
But if you could play only one, which would you pick?
Oh my God,
That's right. Yeah.
That's difficult.
Just sprung a difficult question on you at the end.
Well, there's no way I'm not playing Life is Strange 2, I think is the problem.
Yeah, sure. Let's your answer
If it
then.
wasn't Life is Strange 2, then that doesn't make it any easier because I'm also very interested in Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Undertale and
Valkyria Chronicles.
Undertale to me is what Life is Strange is to Andy, in that I haven't played it and I should have, and I'm going to bug Andy about it in the same way that he bugs us about Undertale.
Well,
So-
only if he agrees to play Life is Strange. I don't see why we should have to
It's
budge
like a hostage
first.
exchange.
Yeah, we both start playing
Yeah.
at the same time. I got to give it to Life is Strange too, but my honourable nod would go to Spider-Man because against all sense and reason, my hopes are sky high that it's going to be the good Spider-Man game that we deserve at last. But are there any September games coming out that we have forgotten to mention? There usually are a few, so why not pop them in the comments to help your fellow travellers who are looking to find out what's out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this, and if you're already subscribed, then why not ring that little bell? Ring the bell.
Makes a nice sound. It doesn't.
It doesn't, but you can make a nice sound while you ring it. Ding, like that. There you go. Or I'll tell you what, you click it on 3 and we'll make a noise. 1, 2, 3. Ding. Perfect. Job done. Thank you for watching, guys.